First chance goes to Chamatna Ritmali. You can start with the Chamatna. With the Chamatna, you can start. You can already share the screen too, no matter. Okay, now okay. I had muted. Yeah. I had muted. Now it's okay. You can. It's okay.
So can you see my screen?
Yeah, it's still starting. Yeah. Wait a second. I can see now. Yeah, I can see it. No matter.
Good evening, everyone. Today I hope to discuss with you about some facts of solar system. First of all, I give a simple definition. Why is it called the solar system? There are many planetary systems like ours in universe, with the planets orbiting the host star. Our planetary system is named the solar system because our sun is named Sol after the Latin word for the sun. Soils and everything related to the sun we call solar. Our planetary system is located in an outer spiral of arm of the Milky Way galaxy. Our solar system consists of a star, the sun, and everything bound to it by gravity. The planets Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, dwarf planets such as Pluto, dozens of moons, and millions of asteroids, comets, and meteoroids. Beyond our own solar system, we have discovered thousands of planetary systems orbiting other stars in the Milky Way. With the more planets being found, most of the hundreds of billions of stars in our galaxy are thought to have a planets of their own, and the Milky Way is but one of the perhaps 100 billion galaxies in the universe. While our planet is in some way the most big in the worst commons, we have a lot of company out there. It seems that we live in a universe packed with the planet. The web of countless stars, accompanied by a families of objects, perhaps some with a life of their own. Size and distance of the solar system. Our solar system extends much farther than the 8 planets of that orbit the Sun. The solar system also includes the Kuiper belt that lies part Neptune's orbit. This is the sparsely occupied a ring of ice bodies and almost all smaller than the most popular Kuiper belt. Beyond the fringes of the Kuiper belt, it is Oort cloud, this giant spherical shell surrounded by our solar system. It has never been directly observed, but its extinct is the predicate based on the mathematical models and the observations of comets that likely originate there. The Oort cloud is made of ice pieces of space debris, some bigger than mountains, and orbiting our sun far as 1.6 light years away. This shell of materials is thick and extending from 5,000 astronomical units to 100,000 astronomical units. One astronomical unit is distant from the Sun to Earth, or about 93 million miles. The Oort cloud is the boundary of the Sun's gravitational influence where orbiting object can turn around and return close to our Sun. The Sun's helisphere doesn't extend quite as far. The helisphere is the bubble and created by the solar wind and the stream of electrical charge gas blown outward from the sun in all directions. The boundary where the solar wind abruptly slowed by the pressure from interstellar gas is called termination shock. This edge occurs between 80 to 100 astronomical units. Moons in the solar system. There are more than 200 known moons in our solar system, and several more awaiting confirmations of the discovery. Of the 8 planets, Mercury and the Venus are the only ones with no moons. The giant planets Jupiter and the Saturn lead our solar system moon counts. In some way, the swarm of the moon around this world resemble mini versions of our solar system. Pluto is smaller than our own moon, and it has 5 moons in its orbit, including Charon. A moon is so large that it makes Pluto wobble. Every tiny asteroid can have moons. In 2017, scientists found asteroid 3122 Florence had 2 tiny moons. These 6 narrow These are the 6 narrow angles color image were made from the first ever portrait of the solar system taken by Voyager 1, which was more than 4 billion miles from the Earth and about 33 degrees above the eclipse. This is credited by NASA planetary photojournalist. And now, and now I'll talk about formation of the solar system. Our solar system formed about 4.5 billion years ago from the desert cloud in interstellar gas and dust. The cloud collapsed and possibly due to the showcase of the nearby exploding star. It is called supernova. When this dust cloud this sorry, when this dust cloud collapsed, it formed a solar nebula and spun in the spherical disk of material. And the center, gravity pulled more material in. Eventually, the pressure in the core was so greater than the hydrogen. Atom begins to combine and the from helium release into the tremendous amount of the energy. With that, our sun was born and eventually emerged with the more than 99% of available matter. Matter further out in the disk was also clumping together. These clumps smash into one another and forming a larger and larger objects. Some of them grew big enough for their gravity to shape and them into the space and become planets, dwarf planets and the large moons. In other case, planet did not form. The asteroid belt is made of bits and pieces of the early solar system that could never quite come together into the planet. Other smaller leftover pieces become asteroids, comets, meteoroids, and small irregular moons. Structure of the solar system. The order and the arrangement of the planet and other bodies in our solar system is due to the way the system is formed. Nearest to the sun, only rocky materials could withstand the heat when the solar system was young. For this reason, the first four planets like Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars are terrestrial planets. They are all small with a solid and rocky surface. Meanwhile, materials we are used, seen and ice, liquid or gas, settle in the outer region of the young solar system. Gravity pulls these materials together and it's where we find gas giant Jupiter and Saturn and ice giant Uranus and Neptune. Okay guys, next we talk about planets. Planets. First of all, simply definitions of planet. There are more planets than stars in our galaxy. The current count orbiting our star is 8. The inner rocky planets are Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. NASA newest rover Perseverance they landed on the 18th February in 2021. The outer planets are gas giant Jupiter and Saturn, also an ice giant Uranus and Neptune. Beyond the Neptune, a newer class of smaller worlds called dwarf planet region. It including long-time favorite Pluto. Thousands more planets have been discovered beyond our solar system. Scientists call them exoplanets. Mercury, the smallest planet in our solar system and the nearest to the Sun. Mercury is the only slightly larger than our Earth moons. From the surface of Mercury, the Sun would appear more than 3 times as large as it does when we view from the Earth, and the sunlight would be as much as 7 times brighter. Despite its proximity to the Sun, Mercury is not the hottest planet in our solar system. That title belongs to the nearby Venus, thanks to its decent atmosphere. Venus. Venus is the second planet from the Sun and its Earth closest planetary neighbor. It, it's one of the four interterrestrial planets and it's often called a twin because it's similar in size and density. They are not identical twins, however, there are radical differences between the two worlds. Venus has thick and toxic atmosphere filled with the carbon dioxide and it's perpetually shrouded in thick and yellowish cloud of sulfuric acid that trap heat. Casing a runaway greenhouse effect, it's the hottest planet in our solar system. Even though Mercury is closest to the Sun, the surface temperature of Venus are about 90 degrees Fahrenheit, hot enough to melt lead. The surface is the rusty color and it's prepared with the intensely crunched mountains and thousands of large volcanoes. Scientists think it possible some volcanoes are still active. Venus has crushing air pressure at its surface, more than 90 times of the Earth, similar to the pressure you'd account the mile below the ocean of the Earth. Earth. Our home planet is the third planet from the Sun, and the only place we know so far as inhabited by the living things. While Earth is only fifth largest planet in the solar system, and it is the only world in our solar system with the liquid water on the surface, just slightly larger than nearby Venus. Earth is the biggest of the four planets closest to the Sun, and all of which are made of rock and metals. The name Earth is the least 100 years old, 1000 years old. All of the planets except for the Earth were named after the Greek and Roman god and goddess. However, the name Earth is a Germanic word which simply means the ground. These are some pictures of our Earth when we can see from our solar system. Mars. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun and a dusty, cold, desert world with a very thin atmosphere. Mars is also a dynamic planet with the season and polar ice caps, canyons, extreme volcanics, and the evidence that it was even more active in the past. Mars is the one of the most explored body in our solar system, and it is the only planet where we send rovers to roam the alien landscape. NASA currently has two rovers, one is lander and the one is helicopter, exploring to the surface of the Mars. These are some pictures of the Mars, surface of the Mars. Jupiter. Jupiter has a long history of surprising scientists, all over the way back to 1610 when the Galileo Galilei found the first moon beyond the Earth. That discovery changed the way we see the universe. Fifth line from the Sun is Jupiter. Jupiter is by far the largest planet in the solar system, more than twice as massive as all other planets combined. Jupiter's family strip the real are actually called windy clouds of the ammonia and the water floating in the atmosphere of hydrogen and helium. Jupiter's iconic great red spot is a giant storm bigger than the Earth that has the record from the hundreds of years. These are some pictures of Jupiter. Saturn. Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun and the second largest planet in our solar system. Endowed with 1,000 of beautiful ringlets, Saturn is the unique among the planets. It is not the only planet to have rings, made of the chunk of ice and rocks, but the none are spectacular or as complicated as Saturn's. Like fellow gas giant Jupiter, Saturn is a massive ball made mostly of hydrogen and helium. You can see the picture of Saturn also. Uranus. Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun and has the third largest diameter in our solar system. It was the first planet found with the aid of telescope. Uranus was discovered in 1781 by the astronomer William Hales, although he originally thought it was either a comet or a star. It was 2 years later that object was universally accepted as a new planet, in the part of because of observation by astronomer John Albert. Herschel tried to unsuccessful to name his discovery Gregorian Sidus after the third King George. Instead, the scientific community accepted the board's suggestion to name it Uranus, the Greek god of the sky, as suggested by the board. These are some pictures of Uranus. Neptune. Dark cloud and the whipped by the supersonic winds, and ice giant Neptune is the eighth and the most distant planet in our solar system. More than 30 times as far from the Sun and as Earth, Neptune is the only planet in our solar system not visible to the naked eye, and is the first predicted by the mathematics before its discovery. In 2011, Neptune completed its first 165 years orbit since its discovery in 1846. NASA Voyage 2 is the only spacecraft to have visited Neptune up close. It flew past in 1989 on its way out of the solar system. These are some pictures of Neptune. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, back.
Sir, if you don't mind, I have play video or
Oh, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. Today, excellent. You talk a lot. That's okay. That's what I want. Small video is no matter, and then you talk more is best. Okay, very good. Good job.
Before modern telescopes, humans could only imagine what the surface of the sun and the planets looked like. Now, advanced technology has made it possible to get in close and take images of the sun and the planets deep in our solar system. Now, get ready to see the solar system as you've never seen it before, and see images that were so good, they shocked astronomers. Burning with the energy of 1 trillion nuclear bombs per second, the sun is the largest body in our solar system, accounting for 99.86% of the total mass. One of the most dramatic images of the sun was captured by the Solar Dynamics Observatory on August 31st, 2012, when a long filament of solar material that had been hovering in the sun's atmosphere erupted into outer space. This beautiful but deadly coronal mass ejection, CME, traveled at over 900 miles per second. The planet closest to the sun, orbiting at an average distance of 36 million miles, Mercury, has been studied by many spacecraft throughout the years. But NASA's Messenger spacecraft was the first to orbit the planet. Images showed the surface covered in craters in all sizes and massive asteroid impact sites, like the Van Eyck crater, which is 168 miles in diameter, and the Calorus Basin, which is 960 miles in diameter, with mountains at the outer rim 1.2 miles high. These are images with spectral surface measurements that were taken on April the 29th, 2015. Messenger snapped more than 200,000 images of Mercury before ending its mission in 2015 with an intentional crash into the planet's surface. The probe's demise was inevitable, as Messenger had been orbiting Mercury since March 2011 and had run out of fuel. Right before impact, it sent back its final image, the highest resolution photo of Mercury ever captured. You'd think that Mercury would be the hottest planet because it's the closest to the sun, but our next planet is actually the hottest in the solar system. The second planet from the sun, and also Earth's closest neighboring planet, Venus, has a thick atmosphere made up mostly of carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, and nitrogen gas, which traps the heat of the sun, making it a hellish world. Venera 13 was a probe built in the Soviet Union for the Venera program to explore Venus. It was the first lander to transmit color images from the surface of Venus. Venus is a hot world, with surface temperatures as high as 880 degrees Fahrenheit. The probe was designed to only last 30 minutes, but it must have been built like a tank, because it continued to transmit data and images for more than 2 hours after landing on March 1st, 1980. NASA then sent the Magellan spacecraft to Venus in 1990 to image and map the entire surface. It sent back images of the planet's surface showing evidence of volcanism, tectonic plate movement, turbulent surface winds, and miles of lava channels, including one mission entire surface. It also ended its mission and crashed into the fiery planet. The third rock from the sun, the Earth, is very unique and the only place known to have life in the solar system. There have been lots of amazing images taken of the planet we live on, but modern satellite photos are probably the most breathtaking, like this image from NASA of the Earth as it looks right now. This amazing true color image was taken by NASA's Moderate Resolution Imaging Spectroradiometer from 22,000 miles above the Earth and shows North and South America as they appear from orbit. The moon also making a guest appearance in the background. And on December the 14th, 2020, NASA captured a total solar eclipse with the GOES 16. That's quite amazing. But here is something you may not have seen. In March 2011, a Russian satellite named Electro-L captured incredibly detailed images of the Earth that appear to rival NASA images. Many claimed that they are more accurate and show different things, but NASA say they're not accurate. We're not sure. But which images do you think are the best? And by the way, remember the Messenger spacecraft? It snapped a photo of the Earth and of the Moon and sent us a postcard before speeding towards Mercury. Mars has always been of great interest to humans. The fourth planet from the Sun, the red Martian planet, has been studied heavily. The Viking Orbiter 1 took stunning snapshots of Mars in 1979, like this photo of the Valles Marineris. And the Viking 2 orbiter snapped an image showing the southern polar plains and polar ice cap. In 2013, the Mars European Space Agency's Mars Express took highly detailed images of Hebes Chasma, the northernmost part of Valles Marineris, as seen in this movie created from the images. But since then, 4 rovers have already been on the planet's surface, studying and snapping photos. The images from the Mars Curiosity rover, including a selfie, were the most incredible images from the surface of an alien world. This is a 1.8 billion panoramic view made up of over 1,200 images of Mars, as seen by Curiosity, which is still operational. The largest planet in our solar system, the gas giant Jupiter, has the most unique look of all the planets, with its giant great red spot, a storm on the planet that's been raging for 350 years, and is so large it could swallow the Earth whole. On July 10th, 2017, the Juno spacecraft flew just 5,600 miles above the Great Red Spot and nabbed the closest image of the massive storm ever taken. This image, a bit farther away, is a little bit truer in color to what we would see if we were orbiting Jupiter. But Juno also captured unbelievable images of polar regions, which cannot be seen from Earth. And what surprised astronomers was that Jupiter's North Pole has 8 storms swirling at its center, and they're laid out in a precise geometric pattern, the storms appearing as stable fixtures in Jupiter's atmosphere and not normal weather. But more incredible photos would come, and on November the 13th, 2018, a new image from Juno was created using data from the JunoCam imager that's nothing short of breathtaking. And on June 27th, 2019, the Hubble telescope captured the planet's trademark Great Red Spot, which researchers say is shrinking. We got an awesome video coming up on Jupiter, so make sure not to miss it. As the #1 contender for the most beautiful celestial body in the solar system, Saturn is hard to beat with its iconic rings, and probably the best images of Saturn to date
Samantha, is it more longer? What?
spacecraft. On October 21st, 2002, the spacecraft was...
Sorry, sir.
Is the video more longer? A lot longer?
It says the. And so, and I can share this link to group, so we can
Yeah, but the thing is, you know,
save the time.
Yeah, we have little time now, so there's a matter of the video. If you talk too much, doesn't matter, like 20 or 30 minutes. Videos matter, we can share the video to group. We just need to listen to what you are saying. You understand what I mean? You know, I appreciate you. You are working so hard. That is very important. But this video matter is that when the video is too long, others are waiting now to give the chance, get the chance and give their readings. So they can watch the video no matter, we can send to their groups. If they like, they can watch, because everyone doesn't like science. I like science, I love science, you love science, I know. And Enuki love science, and some guys love science, but not everyone, and they are waiting now. So use shorter videos. Only 30 minutes from next week I have, so we have to manage that too. No, I appreciate your efforts, especially if you can talk 30 minutes, doesn't matter talk, less videos are better. Okay, continue that, sure. Finish show, what to that, Chamatla?
So I stop here so we can get the chance to others now.
No, if the video is finished, you can, if you still want to talk, you can talk about anything, no matter.
I think there's more, sir. I should share the link to the group. It's better, I think.
Yeah, so thank you very much, because don't misunderstand, because time is the matter, you know, and they are waiting, and I just need to hear what you are saying. So they do the same, and we have to manage the time. So doesn't matter now. You understand now? Okay. Yes, and you are really working hard. I must appreciate it. And next chance goes to Enuki. Enuki, you can start with that.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Nuke, you can start with that.
Hi everybody, and today I'd like to talk about the time travel. What are the things that you think should be played in a time travel to represent our time to future generations? Computer science, the ever-growing and the rapid development of technology, the different book published by the various intelligent and bright authors reflect the different comprehensions of the present society. A map provides a visual idea of a geography of a present day world, which show the important and the memorable event in history. Computers, books, maps, historical pictures, and the national flags reveal the life of the people in this present day. Almost every household of the 21st century possesses a computer. This century, which is known as the digital age, have completed an advanced way of the communication through the development of the computers and internet. The computer is construction made of the various kind of microchips connected by the different wires, and it powered the electricity. It is the composed of the our major part of the namely the monitor, the central process unit, also known as the CPU, the keyboard and the mouse. The CPU acts as a brain of the computer. Thus, it is here where all the information is stored. The keyboard and the mouse provide the connection from the user to computer. These are used to program different operations for the computer to do. The monitor is where if the user could have the visual interaction on the what is happening within the computer. Computers are very advantageous in the today's busy world. A computer is very useful in the missing the time of a paper job to do that. This also is used as a mean of the communication around the world. These are some of the positive effects this construction offer. Laziness and the impatience are some of the negative effects. People sometimes become too dependent on the computers due to their works that result to perfection. Truly, this is a very admirable object that could be brought in the future, but ever comparison made many their positive and negative effect upon the person you see. Books are the major source. Sorry, books are the major sources of knowledge for every individual. Many books are published each day that focus on the different genres. Some are books of informative like history, maths, science, and etc. All through books and the influence of the writers, much information was recorded. Books play a vital role on the research, especially for future historians. Through books, people are able to connect with the past. Books also reflect the man's development intellectually. Surely, books are very reliable sources of information for future generations. This is definitely a reasonable object that could be placed on the time capsule. Language or speech may differ after the 100th of the year, but at the least through the production of these different books, historians of the future will have enough the evidence to know of the life in the present, our present generation. The information of the different continents changed greatly after a billion of the years. The Earth's geography made it possible to living things to grow, population to grow, colonies to the form, and the countries to be established. A map can show all these ideas. A map not only gives us general direction but also gives important information. uh, Maps with the physical effect of the the earth. The economic and the strength of the nation is influenced by the geography. A map could be a very useful object. A student could be used to understand more about the geography of a particular time that affected the lifestyle of people. War, finance, grocery, power, happiness, and the grief can also be expressed in a single picture. Picture related visually the life of the people in a social. Many events have happened over the past years. These events were probably drawn or pictured. Those reality very memorable. Incidents is the history. This picture may be important the generation or may be important personally, but on thing is for sure there was business or envy. Surely your picture says 1,000 words, and the mirror photo of the crab could be expressed various idea about the countries or state. History and pictures are seriously very essential in the understanding the history of the different time periods. Traveling in the time might be too vague for a person in this present, but it would be a good to be a prepare and think ahead if ever time capsule will be invited. A computer, various books, maps, and memorable pictures are what I believe will useful for the historians or ever just a general person who will be living 100 years from now. My next topic is time travel possible? Firstly, I like to say in a short answer, all true, humans can't hop in the time machine and go back in the time. We do know the clocks on the airplanes and satellites travel at a different speed than those on the Earth. We all travel in time. We travel on 1 year in between between birthdays, for example, and we all traveling in the time at the same speed, 1 second per second. NASA Space Telescope also give us a way to look back in the time. Telescope help us to see stars and galaxies that are very far away. It take a long time for a light from far away galaxies to reach us. So when we look in the sky with the telescope, we are seeing what those stars and galaxies looked like a very long time ago. However, when we think of the perhaps time travel, we are usually thinking of the time traveling faster than 1 second per second. That's kind of the time travel sound like something you would only see in the movies or science fiction books. Could be it's real. Science says yes. My next topic my next topic is how do we know that the time travel is possible? More than 100 years ago, the famous scientist named Albert Einstein came up with the idea about how time works. He called it relativity. This theory says that time and the space are linked together. Albert Einstein also said our universe has a speed limit. Nothing can travel faster than the speed of the light. 186,000 millis per second. What does this mean for the time travel? Well, according to this theory, the faster you are traveling, the slower your experience time. Scientists have done some experiments to show this is true. For example, there was an experiment that they used the two clocks set on the accelerate some time. One clock stayed on the earth while the other flew in an airplane, going in the same direction Earth routes. After the Earth flew around the world, scientists compared the two clocks. The clocks on the fast-moving airplane was slightly behind the clock on the ground. So the cloud on the airplane was traveling slightly slow in time than 1 second per second. My next topic is, can we use time travel in everyday life? We can't use a time machine to travel hundreds of years into the past or future. That's kind of the time travel only happen in the books and movies, but the max of the time travel does affected thing we use every day. For example, we use GPS satellites to help us to figure out how to get to new places. NASA scientists also used a high accuracy vision of the GPS to keep track for where satellites are in space. But did you know that GPS relied on the time travel calculation to help you get around the town? GPS satellites orbit around the Earth very quickly, about 8,700 miles per hour. This slowdown GPS satellites clocked by a small correction of a second, similar to the airplane explained above. However, the satellites are also orbiting the Earth about the 12,550 millis above the surface. The actual speed of the GPS satellites clocked by a slightly larger fraction of a second. Here's how. Albert Einstein's theory also said gravity equals time and the space causing the passage of the time down slow down. High up where the satellites orbit, Earth's gravity is much weaker. It's caused the clocks on the GPS satellites to run faster than clocks on the ground. The combined result is that the clock on the GPS satellites experience time at the rate slightly faster than 1 second per second. Luckily, scientists can use max to correct this difference in time. If scientists didn't correct the GPS clocks, there would be a big problems. GPS satellites would be able to correctly calculate their position or yours. And the errors would add up to a few millis each day, which is a big deal. GPS maps might think your home is nowadays near where it actually is. In my seminary, yes, time travel is indeed a real thing, but it's not the quite what you are probably seen in a movies. Under the Syrian condition, it is possible to experience time passing at the different rate than 1 second per second. And there are important reasons why we need to understand this real world form of the time travel. Then I stop this essay. Thank you for sir for giving this opportunity. Then thank you all of your attention.
The NUK excellent today, and Chamatna both very excellent. Both are getting ready and doing something better. I must appreciate. And next chance goes to Dil Me Sneha. Dil Me, you are also very good. You only matter some spelling is to be done. It's not spelling but pronunciation. But recently it was very good. Recently very good. But earlier had some issues. Okay, Dil Me, you can start with that. So Dil Me, you can start with that.
Hi guys, today I'm talking about Burj Khalifa. The Burj Khalifa, known as the Burj Dubai Tower, took its inauguration in 2010. It's a skyscraper in the Dubai, United Arab Emirates. With a total height of 829.8 meters, 2,722 feet, just over half the miles, and the roof height, the Burj Khalifa has been a terraced structure, and the and building in the world since the topping out in 2009, Splint Terpane 101, the previous holder of that status. The building was opened in 2010 as a part of new development called Downtown Dubai. It is designed to be a centerpiece of the large-scale mixed-use development. The decision of contract the building is based on the government decision of the driver's seat from an oil-based economy and the Dubai gained international recognition. The building was originally named Baj Dubai, but was renamed honor of the ruler of Dubai and President of the United Arab Emirates, Khalifa bin Yasser Al Nahyan, Abu Dhabi and UAE government lent Dubai money to pay debts. The building broke the numerous hate records, including the designation as the tallest building in the world. Thank you.
Okay, with that, not like you now. You have good progress. Huh? I must appreciate it. Good progress. Getting better. I mean, next chance goes to Sahan Madhusankar. Sahan, you can start with that.
Thank you, sir. My topic is say no to tobacco. Lung cancer is the most common form of cancer in men, and it is the third most common cause of death after heart diseases and strokes. Lung cancer is caused almost exclusively by smoking. It has been brought through medical research that smoking is the sure cause of lung cancer. 99.7% of those who die of lung cancer are smokers. The tasks in the smokes are responsible. Everyone now knows that the poisonous chemical substance like nicotine in tobacco cause lung cancer. So it is the duty of everyone to act responsibility and give up smoking and say no to tobacco in any form. Young boys, even 10 years old school boys, start smoking in an attempt to appear smart and modern like superstar in films. They completely forget or ignore the ill health that can be caused by smoking. Once the young men become chain smokers, they become sick and unattractive. They have bad breath. Their eyes turn yellow like that of jaundiced patients. Their pink fingers tips turn yellow with stain. Their faces turn dry and their skin weakness. Their pink lips cracks and the soft skin withers off. The attractive smiles goes and their stained teeth ripple even their close friends. Brothers and sisters frequent court and filmed cause breathing difficulty. Smokes weak the smokes lung and they become susceptible to all kinds of respiratory diseases. The young men who aspire to appear like a superstar finally become bedridden and suspect of lung cancer. Young men should realize that when a cigarette is light at one and there is a full at the other end. By smoking, you will not only ruin your health but also waste your hard-earned money. You indeed burn your money into ash and smoke. Smokers not only kill themselves but also kill the non-smokers around them in public places, buses and trains. This is called passive smokes or second-hand smoking. If they give up smoking, they will help themselves and help the general public. Let us all once again make a pledge. We say no to tobacco. This is the way to a healthy, prosperous and enjoyable your hot. Thank you, sir.
Son, excellent, huh? Real nice, informative. Like things, there were so many things to learn. Next chance goes to Kavini. You can start the Kavini. Kavini.
Okay, sir. I am Raman Subramaniam. I am in grade 6. I like riding my bicycle and drawing pictures. My father bought me a bicycle for my birthday. I did not know how to ride it at first. Then my mother and father taught me to ride it now. I go everywhere in my bicycle. My father and I ride the bicycle to school. My mother goes to market on her bicycle. We cycle to Coville normally. My father tells me that the bicycle is the only vehicle that is good for the environment. When I grow up, I want to have an art exhibition. The exhibition will have beautiful paintings of my country. They will all be the paintings of what I say while I was cycling. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Kavini, very good today. Next chance goes to Ramdi. Ramdi, are you ready? Ramdi,
Yes, miss, I am ready.
you are not ready, Puta?
I am ready, miss.
Okay, Puta, you can start it.
Good evening, everyone. Now I am going to present a conversation that took place between two friends. Two friends are Heshani and Pumi. Firstly, Heshani said, "Have you started studying for the exam?" Pumi said, "What nonsense! I have not even thought of studying." Heshani said, "I think it is high time we started studying. Now the advanced level is the most competitive examination." Pumi said, "What about you?" Heshani said, "I have gone through some of the notes, but I am still not through with anything." Pumi said, "I have a lot to study if I were to pass creditable." Heshani said, "Do not wait to study everything on the spur of the moment. If you start from now onwards, it will be easier." Pumi said, "Quite true, but then I just cannot sit and concentration on one thing. Either I feel bored or my mind assails with some other thought.
Hey, Shani said, you must learn to fix your mind on one thing, although it is difficult at times. How about Amanda and Tilini? Are they sitting the exam this year? Pumi said, yes, they are taking up the exam. She is swatting hard at her exam. She is a hard-working girl. Hey, Shani said, how are you in your physics? Pumi said, I do not know. I am just clueless in some section. Even last year, the paper had been difficult. Hey, Shani said, I would suggest you to do all the past papers. We can gain a lot by answering questions. Pumi said, you talk about the past papers when I haven't read the notes at least once. Hey, Shani said, please do not lie. Surely you have gone through the notes at least once. Pumi said, believe me, Shani, I haven't even scrolled through the notes. Hey, Shani said, if you wait till the last month, you will not study anything. We can discuss the difficult sections if you study together. Pumi said, yes, that would be fine. Least I can see how you are studying. Are you guessing and any particular questions for the exam? Hey, Shani said, I am normally do not believe in guesswork. We should be well prepared when we go for an exam without banking on one specific area. Then we are more relaxed on the day of the exam. Anyway, all the best to you. Pumi said, same to you. Try to get through your exam with flying colors. Now I am finished, sir, and thank you very much, everyone.
And was excellent, Brandi. And next chance goes to Hansani Bhagya, but I don't see Hansani Bhagya here. Okay, then. Then next chance goes to Gairika. Gairika, you can start the Gairika. Gairika, you can start.
Yes, sir. Stretch drama. Absolutely, I have watched many stretch dramas in my life, but my favorite drama is Live in Peace, which was staged last year on the Independence Day in our country, and it was organized by the Welfare Society of my school. The main role was played by the Heard Perfecto, and our single teacher also played a part of it. Significantly, it teaches us about the power of unity. However, it clamored the thunders abused by the end and principal abstracted them immensely. Therefore, I would like to mention that above mentioned stretch drama is an unforgettable drama is my life because it is the best drama that I ever watched. Thank you, sir.
Arpita, excellent. And next chance goes to Ruhansa. Ruhansa, Kantaramis has forgotten your name, ma. Ruhansa, sorry for that. And you can start with that.
Okay, sir. The greedy dog. The dog stole a piece of meat from a pizza shop and ran off with it. He came to a bridge over a river and stopped there. He looked at the clear water under the bridge and saw his own reflection in it. He said to himself, there is another dog in the water. He has a larger piece of meat and in his mouth. I will kill this fellow and get this piece of meat. He growled and opened his mouth, and the piece of meat fell from his mouth into the water. He jumped into the river, but he could not find the other dog, and he could not get back his own piece of meat either. The foolish dog swam to the bank. He was fat, tired, and hungry. He sat down on the bank and said, I was greedy and I was foolish.
So I lost my piece of meat. Yes, sir.
Uda, excellent. And next chance goes to Nidusha, but I don't see Nidusha 2 here. And then next chance goes to Pasan. Pasan, you can start with the Pasan.
Okay, sir. Water pollution. Water pollution can be defined as the introduction of pollutant into a water body. These pollutants can impact life by causing disruption in life process. On a bigger scale, water pollution can compromise the stability of the environment by affecting food chains. Water is a universal solvent, hence it is relatively easy for most substance to dissolve in it. This property marks water very vulnerable to pollution, and for the most part, humans are to blame. Granted, water pollution can also occur naturally, but most of the highest impact cases are another organic or man-made. Finish.
Okay, Pasan, excellent, Putya. From where you were, this is excellent. And next chance goes to Dulakshika. Tikshani. Dulakshika Tikshani. Putya, you can start.
Okay, sir. Sir,
Start, Putya, continue.
okay. I am Katu. My class is grade 6A. There are 30 children in my class. The classroom is not big. It is beautiful. The walls are pink. There are lots of colorful pictures and charts. There is a big blackboard and a teacher's table. The desks are yellow in color, and where there is a steel cupboard in the corner of the classroom. There is a wooden desk to keep books. The desk is next to the cupboard. There is not ceiling fan, but there are 2 big windows. Thank you, sir.
Okay, Putya, Dulakshika, but I have a small correction to you. Small correction. You are not Patum, you are Dulakshika. Okay, Putya. And Chamatna, today, that video scenario, I send you a reasons for the issues, and please check it and don't misunderstand me, okay? I like to give you the maximum chances, especially you are really working hard, and I like to give you all the chances, but there are some practical issues, so that's why, okay, no? Chamatna, okay, no, Putya? And Yanuki, okay, Putya? Yanuki is Sahinsa. Yanuki is Sahinsa, Putya? Yanuki, ready? Ready?
Ready?
Okay, then start. Why waiting?
Food. Fruits and vegetables, grains and pulses come under the category of good food sources. People should develop good eating habits by consuming healthy foods and stay away from junk food. Vitamins are vital elements that keep our teeth and bones healthy and help us to fight against diseases. Before buying any food, first ensure food quickly. Thank you, sir.
Yanuki, is it finished?
Yes.
Okay, with that. Okay, excellent. And this second round, though I said 6 to 7, I'm giving some more chances. No matter, just send me a message everyone when you are ready for your second round. But not so many chances today, only second chance and finishing. Second round, first chance goes to Enuki, and that's all. There are no other names. So others, when ready, let me know. And if you can start with that.
Hi everybody, today I'd like to talk about this Death Star is the best game yet at the future of our solar system as my second topic. Okay, how will the solar system die? It's a highly important question that the researchers have speculated a lot about, using your knowledge of the particle to create complex theoretical models. We know that the sun will eventually become a white dwarf, a burning star remained whose dim light gradually faded into the darkness. This transformation will involve a vital process that will destroy an unknown number of its planets. So, which planet will serve the death of the sun? One way to seek the answer is to look at the fate of the other similar planetary system. These have proven the difficult, however. The flexible radiation from the white dwarf make it difficult to spot exoplanets. Exoplanets are planets around the star other than our sun, which have served this stellar transformation. They are originally in a dark. In fact, of the over 4,500 exoplanets that are currently known, just a handful have been found around the white dwarf, and the location of these planets suggests that arrived there after the date of the star. This lack of the data paint and the incomplete picture of our own planetary fate. Unfortunately, we are now filling in the gaps. It has a report the discovery of the first known exoplanet to circle the date of its star without having its orbit rotated by the other planets moving around the circling a distance comparable to those between the sun and the solar system planets. My next topic is Jupiter-like planet. This new exoplanet, which we discovered with the Kenna observatory in Hawaii, is particularly similar to Jupiter. Is both mass on the orbital projection and provide us with a circular snapshot in the planetary server around the dying star. A star's transformation into the white dwarf involves a violet, perhaps in the which is the become bolted the red grain, or also known as the grain branch stars, hundred of the times bigger than before. We believe that the exoplanet only just served if it was interiorly close to its parent star. It would have been influenced by the star expansion. When the stars eventually became a red giant, it is a radium will actually reach outway to the Earth's current orbit. That means the sun will influence Mercury and Venus, and the possibility Earth, but we are not sure. Jupiter and its moons have been expected the so all through the potential didn't know for sure. But with the discovery of this new exoplanet, we can now be more certain that Jupiter really will make it. Moreover, the median of the error in the position of this exoplanet could mean that is almost half as close to the wide drop as the Jupiter currency is to the Sun. If so, that is the additional evidence for the assuming the Jupiter and Mars will make it. So, could any life survive this transformation? A white dwarf could power life on the moons or planets that end up being very close about 1/10 the distance between the Sun and the Mercury. For the first few billion years, after that, there wouldn't be enough precision to sustain anything. My next topic is asteroid and the white dwarfs. All true, planets orbiting the white dwarf have been difficult to find. What has been much easier to direct as asteroids breaking up the close to white dwarf surface. For exoasteroids to get slow cost, so close to a white dwarf, we need to have enough the metanium infected to do them by the surrounding exoplanets. Hence, exoasteroids have been long assumed to evidence that the exoplanets are there too. Our discovery initially provide confirmation of this. Also, in the system being discussed in the paper, currency technology does not allow us to see any exoasteroid. At the least, now we can piece together different part of the puzzle of the planetary plate by the measuring the evidence of the different white dwarf system. The link between the exoplanets and the exoplanets also the applying to our own solar system. The individual object in the asteroid belt bear the Kepler belt, describing the outer solar system. Are likely to serve the sun's domain, but some will be moved to gravity by one of the serving planets toward the white dwarf surface. My next topic is future discovery progress. The new white dwarf exoplanet was found with what is known as the microcleansing direction method. This look at the how light bend here to a strange gravitational field, which happen when a star momentarily adjoins with a modern star as seen from the Earth. The gravity from the foreground star manipulates the light from the star behind it. Any planet orbiting the star in the foreground will bend and wrap in the manifold light, which is how we can direct it. The white dwarf we invaded in the 1/4 of a way toward the center of the Milky Way galaxy, or about the 6,500 light years away from our solar system, and the more distant star in the center of the galaxy. A key feature of the microcleansing technology is that is sensitive to planet which orbiting star at the Jupiter Sun distance. The other no planets which orbit white dwarf have been found with a different technology with a sensitive of the different star planet predictions. Two example rate of the planets which have observed stars transformation into white dwarf and have ended up the closer to it than before. One was found by the transition photometry, a method to direct planet as they pass in front of a white dwarf, which created a dip in the light revised by the Earth, and the other was discovered through the direction of the planet's approaching atmosphere. One further direction requires astrometry, which precisely means sure that the movement of a white dwarf is the sky is also predicated its gate results. In the few years, astronomer from a GAIN mission is expected to find about the dozen planets orbiting white dwarfs. They could offer better evidence as the accelerate how the solar system will die. This variety of the discovery technique bodes well of the potential future direction, which may offer further insight into the fate of our own planet. But for now, the newly discovered Jupiter-like exoplanet provided the cleanest glimpse into our future. Then I stop this session. Thank you for sir for giving this opportunity, and thank you for all of us for your attention.
Just excellent, Puta. Really nice. Who wants a second chance in the second round? Ishara, you can have your chance, Puta. Ishara, if you're ready, you can start. Ishara.
Okay, sir, I'm ready. Good evening. I'm going to talk about tourist attractions in Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is famous throughout the world as a tourist paradise. There are many tourist attractions in this island. Most of the tourists come to Sri Lanka either for holidaying or for sightseeing. Sri Lanka has attractions of various sorts of satisfy the varying interest of tourists. Some of them are ancient ruins, waterfalls, sanctuaries, botanical gardens, and sandy beaches. Our country has a proud history. The tourists who are interested in ruins, arts and crafts, sculpture and painting can visit our historical cities like Polonnaruwa, Anuradhapura, Dambulla, Sigiriya and Yapahuwa. There are several wildlife sanctuaries in Sri Lanka. Yala, Kumana, Vilpattu, Wasgamuwa, Gundala and Mineria are some of them. Yala is famous for deer and Kumana is famous for birds. Vilpattu, Gundala and Mineria sanctuaries are famous for wild elephants. At these sanctuaries, tourists can see wild animals in their natural habitat. The botanical gardens at Peradeniya, Hagala and Gampa have become very popular places among tourists. There are a large number of attractive waterfalls in our country. Dunhida, Diyaluma, Bopatala and Bambarakanda are some of them. Our golden beaches at Mount Lavinia, Nigambo, Bentota and Hikkaduwa or Nil Valley and Pasikuda in the eastern province provide visitors with facilities for swimming, surfing, sunbathing and windsurfing. The coral gardens at Hikkaduwa has become very popular place among the tourists. Thousands of tourists visit Sigiriya, the rock fortress. Sigiriya is world famous for its frescoes. The Ministry of Tourism, in collaboration with the Ceylon Tourist Board, has taken steps to provide the tourists with necessary facilities, including well-equipped hotels. Most of the tourists like to see our cultural and religious festival and ancient pageants. The Kandi Esala Perahara, the fireworking ceremony at Khathragama, draw thousands of tourists every year. Sri Lanka are famous as a hospitable nation. Tourists appreciate our hospitality. It is also a main factor that helps to attract tourists. And tourism or tourist industry has become major foreign exchange earner today. Sri Lanka is famous throughout the world as a tourist paradise. Sorry, sir, I'm done.
But anyway, it was excellent. You know, very nice.
Thank you. I had a bad day, and sir, I
Yeah.
feel so uncomfortable.
Okay. And that's what, you know, what I said is correct. I can't remember the names, Jailath Manoratna, and there was that big stomach person from Burlesque one.
Yeah.
Cancer, and lots of guys, lots of actors and actresses are dying because of these makeups, cancer
Yes, sir.
white cells.
Yes, and this reason is the bridal shoot it's a very difficult.
Yeah,
We have to in big bun in our head and various things in our body, and it's really hard, and I can't bear that pain.
Yeah, understand. So be safe.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Sorry, guys.
Okay, next chance goes to Dulakshika. Dulakshika, you can start with that.
Okay, sir. At day at the park. It is a fine Saturday afternoon. The sun is shining brightly. Nipun and his friends Vignesh, Situli, Rajvi and Amanda are in the park with their families. Rajvi is climbing up a rope ladder. His little brother Nias is riding a pony. This is his first pony ride. His father is walking beside him. Nias is smiling happily. Nipun and Vignesh are playing cricket. Vignesh is batting and Nipun is bowling. Amanda is sliding down a slide. Her twin sisters Sharon and Rebecca are playing on a seesaw. Situli is feeding the fish in a pond. Their mothers are sitting on the grass watching them at play. An ice cream seller is standing by the gate. Two children are running to buy some ice cream. Thank you, sir.
Okay, welcome. And who else need a second chance? Quickly send me a message if you need. Hurry up. A message. Hurry up. Otherwise, I'm going to stop for today. That's right. Hurry up. No one needs, I feel. If you need, hurry up, just let me know. Any of you. So no one sends me a message mentioning that they are ready for a second chance except Enuki and Dulakshika. So Dulakshika, this is a third chance. No, today I can't go for that because this week, you know, Dulakshika, you know my schedule. Now I am doing grade 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 classes. That means like 8 classes and 3 spoken classes and 3 grammar classes. That means all 6 plus 8 means 14 classes. So again, new starting from next month, new 6 classes. So then 20 classes. With my 2 O-level paper classes, 22 classes. And with my group classes, like 25 to 30 classes I have to do per week, and I have to prepare tunes. So these days sleeping at 6 a.m. Today slept at 6 a.m. Today morning I slept 6 a.m. and again 9:45. Yesterday 4 a.m. and 9:49, like 9:08. Yesterday 7:30 I woke up. These days totally tough and difficult. So otherwise I could have given you a chance. So as others do not need a second chance, I'm going to stop for now. And everyone, excellent that you are working hard. I appreciate it. And I'm trying to be the best, not yet the best. I think. Anyway, still I'm upset about the Chamakna's matter because I have to shorten your video. Extremely sorry for that. But I have to manage, you know, Chamakna, today is a really tough day for me. I woke up at 6 a.m. today and again 9:45, like 9:45 or 48, I woke up and still working, and to manage everything within 1 hour here. So sorry for that, Chamakna, for your cutting the video at middle. And anyway, everyone, bye. See you next. I'll do that. Bye. See you next day. Good night. Have a nice week.